Welcome to another episode of the Pencil Pushers Project. First and foremost, we thank you for listening. We thank you for your support. If this is your first time listening, this is a podcast where we talk about music, music news, current events, sports, entertainment, so on and so forth. I am one of the hosts, Jay. I'm also joined by my co-host, Zay. What's up with you?
What's good? What's good?
How you feeling?
I want some hot wings. I'm hungry.
Well, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's whatever. We always do our podcast hungry.
Yeah, that's 50-50 on that. And we also got Jamel stopping in with us today. Gonna chop some shit up with us today. Jamel, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing pretty good today, man. Happy to be here. Looking forward to bringing some good energy today.
Absolutely. All right, so you guys had a decent week? Everything been all right?
Yeah. I got a story.
Let's hear the story. Let's.
So, ever since we started this podcast, I've been posting on Snapchat. Like, I've been promoting this on Snap, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been posting links. I've been posting, like, the link tree to our everything.
Right.
And I've made, like, 10 posts saying, yo, click the link. I just found out that every link that I thought was at the bottom was never there. They were never attached.
Whole game. So, Snapchat, I've tried like the whole connect and link shit. You gotta like kind of double and triple check. It's just kind of weird.
So what I found out was that you were actually supposed to search the link on their Google and then click the link and then attach it.
Yep.
But the whole time I've just been pasting a link and not searching. So it's just been a bunch of...
You too young to be sounding too old, bro.
It's just been a bunch of ghost links.
Link to nowhere.
Exactly.
I found out something was up because one of my boys hit me up saying, he hit me up on Snapchat saying, yo, what's the link? And I'm like, wait, did I post a link? And then I looked at it, I was like, oh shit. I've been messing this up for like 10 straight posts.
Did you at least have like the link written out or no?
Just no, click the link. I said click the link at the bottom.
Oh, and that was it. Damn, bro.
So yeah, I mean that was cool, I guess.
What about you, Jamel? How was your week, man?
Week went pretty nice, man. I'm doing a running challenge, so I had a little bit of rain, so I had to try to adapt. I was up there like 6 o'clock in the morning trying to run some days to avoid this rain, but the week went pretty good.
That's what's up.
What about you?
My week's been fantastic. My wonderful girlfriend stopped into the city to visit for the week, and she's actually here with us, Sharon, and we've had a good time, man. We went to Ponce. Remember I told you how we was gonna go to Ponce, market, Ponce City Market. So we went on Wednesday. We went to the rooftop and basically I paid too much money for like 4 games. But
y'all went and played the games?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
well, damn.
It was all good.
Yeah, they taxing for the games now. They used to be free.
Well, nothing's free no more.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, it is what it is, man. It was good. So, good times, hot as shit. But all in all, she beat me in putt. She's not gonna let me let that go. But this is a music podcast, so we can just
man, fuck all that. Tell us what happened.
Embrace the L.
I know. Tell us about your L, please.
You more coordinated? What's happening?
Yeah,
nah. She's honestly. I'm gonna keep it real. I am super competitive, and putt is just one of those things, man, where she just always finds a way to get it done, man. She's pretty good. I gotta give her props. She's pretty solid.
I suck at putt.
I do too, and I be getting mad. So then it's like, she's like, damn, let me cook. You good at everything else, so let me get this, and it's hard to let it go, man. It's hard to let it go, but yeah, she did her thing, man.
Are you better at putt, or were you better at Topgolf?
Shit. Topgolf is, I probably don't care as much about losing, so I guess I would say putt. But Topgolf it's like I just be there to be just vibing out. I'm pretty sure I suck at Topgolf too, but
I'm terrible.
But I have more fun because it's just kind of funny. Yeah.
It take me like a good 10 swings to get in. By that point, the whole run over, and it's time to pay for another game.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've already had 3 drinks.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I'm already kind of drunk.
Exactly. So like, yeah,
right.
Topgolf is more for the environment. So you don't mind being I don't mind being trash at Topgolf. So it is what it is.
I wonder if anyone's going to Topgolf now.
Yeah.
It's open?
I got an email saying they opened up last week.
Oh shit! Word.
They've been reopening, yeah. So
I wonder.
Definitely will be.
Do you gotta bring your own clubs?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Bring your own gloves.
Nah, they probably gonna have like the bays like spaced out, maybe like every other bay. I don't know.
They already spaced out. Why would they do that?
Just to show that they trying
To show that they care.
Yeah, they got to try to show effort for something, or just have like a capacity limit. Maybe I don't know. I have no plans on going soon, but
I was about to say we should go play Top Golf, but
I mean, we can. I'm not opposed to it. I just hadn't thought about it. But yeah, we can definitely get into that.
Top Golf lit.
No, I've been tons of times. It's just, it's one of those things where it's always, of course you got to have a group of people with you.
Yeah, don't go out there by yourself.
Yeah, unless you just one of them dudes.
Unless you actually play golf.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only way you can go out there by yourself.
I'm not one of them dudes. I need
to bring
entourage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I can go to other games and like, yeah, I ain't good at the golfing part, but this pool, nigga, what's up?
Pool.
This bowling? No, I know they have bowling, but still, like, just I go to Top Golf to show off with other games.
That's fun too. Y'all let y'all dates win ever?
Hell no. No.
Nah, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I be trying to beat the brakes off of everybody.
It's more progressive. It's more progressive this way.
Hell no.
It's more progressive this way.
I'm pro equality. You can catch
But,
the too.
But I've actually only dated really competitive females, so they don't expect me to let them win.
Perfect.
I think they'll get mad if I let them win. Honestly,
Yeah,
It's sexist to let them win because you assume that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. I see you as an equal, so I'll beat
You have to
you
give
as
me
an
full
equal.
effort. Exactly.
Exactly, man. Nah, everybody getting beat. I don't care. My 11-year-old brothers, they can get the shit too.
Listen,
I don't care.
The 2020 version
To everybody.
the 2020 version of Love and Basketball, where she's like, "I'll play for your heart." That's a 21-0.
Yeah, I'm
putting the clamps on you.
gonna drop step and hit it with
You're not scoring.
Blocking oil shots.
All that shit.
That layup is dead.
I'm putting that shit in the parking lot. I'm putting that shit all in the garage, G.
That's funny.
So yeah, man, it's amazing. Equality is amazing.
I know. I love it.
Equal rights, never mind. All right, let's move on.
This man trying to get us on the
All
paint.
right. No council.
Bro, this is like the second episode. He almost got us on the paint.
All right. So without further ado, let's get into some of the stuff we plan on talking about. So first and foremost, we had to lighten the mood a little bit. We got a little bit of somber news. Firstly, rest in peace to Malik B., one of the founding members of The Roots. Yep. He passed away this week at the age of 47. Very, very sad news. Roots, everyone knows, is one of the most respected hip-hop groups out of Philly. And, it's just a very, young age. 47 is super, super young. And we thank Malik for his contributions. And
how did he die?
I don't know.
Oh.
I do not know. Didn't see the cause of death. I just saw that he passed. I know Black Thought and Questlove have both made statements just talking about, his passing and so on and so forth. But yeah, very sad news. So, rest in peace to him and condolences to his family, his friends, his, bandmates, group mates, and just sad news. Any guys got anything to take away from that, or just?
What do you think, Jamel?
I think the Roots are one of the best bands ever, and him being a founder and that, he should get the just due respect for his contributions to music. So rest in peace, and the sad news overall is at his passing.
Yeah, no doubt. So again, rest in peace, Malik. And secondly, this week was a series of memorials for the great civil rights icon John Lewis.
Yep.
I believe the final funeral or the final memorial was the funeral at the Ebenezer Baptist Church here in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Amongst many who attended, former presidents Obama, Clinton, Bush were there. Many other people were there. I think Obama spoke at the during the eulogy.
Yeah, he did.
And I think it's available if anyone didn't see it. I do believe it is available online to stream. I'm not gonna I didn't watch the whole thing, to be honest. But again, just once again, rest in peace, and we thank you. Without the things that you did in your life, we probably wouldn't be where we're at today, reporting a podcast in a very comfortable apartment. So,
did y'all watch any of the speeches?
No, it was just so much. I think there was several different memorials throughout the week.
Yeah,
so it's just hard to really catch them all.
Yeah, I only watched that one.
I caught some of the speeches. It was nice that they actually gave him a kind of a tour across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Alabama, and they did the horse-drawn chariot there. There's also a push to rename the bridge after him, and I think that's a nice tribute, but I'd like to see more than that done for him.
I was going to say that's the least they could do. Yeah. Absolutely.
He's very influential, and the bridge in Selma isn't the height of his legacy. There should be more done.
I saw the Obama speech, the Clinton speech, the Bush speech, Pelosi, and somebody else. Oh, the lady who introduced him to his wife. They were really good speeches. Like a lot of those speeches were really good. It was a good funeral. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw that took up a good amount of time. So yeah, it was good, man. Rest in peace to John Lewis.
Absolutely. And I hope that, especially now, I hope that especially our people of color, black people, definitely don't take these individuals for granted who, again, this man served as a large portion of his life for civil rights.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of risk that comes with that. There's a lot of danger that comes with that, and the man was willing to take the risk, make the sacrifice. So I certainly don't take it for granted. And once again, just much respect, much appreciation, much gratitude to Mr. John Lewis, and thank you again, and rest in peace.
Yeah, for sure.
Well said.
What's next? I wasn't supposed to say that.
It's the transitions is rough,
man,
but we want to make sure we give us.
Hey, fuck that segue, guys. I don't care.
We just want to make sure we give our just due.
Get a man his respect.
Yeah, give our respect, so we can we could tackle the. Let's get into some of the music stuff before we go back to Evil Ellen coming up soon.
That witch.
Yeah, man. So it has been announced this week. The next Verzuz battle will be on August the 6th, which is this coming Thursday, and it will be 2 Chainz versus Rick Ross.
Yep.
So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the matchup? First of all, what did you guys think when you got wind of the matchup?
I thought it was an interesting matchup.
Me too.
But I think it's interesting. But for some weird reason, I feel like they kind of go together, and I don't know why. Because I don't think they're the same kind of rapper in the slightest.
Well, I agree with that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But I do agree with that point. I think they're similar, but different, obviously. And just in terms of their sound of music, the type of music they rap on, and 2 Chainz is more of your he's a lyrical dude, and Rick Ross is more he has like his go-to flow, but that shit, it works for him.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm a huge fan of both.
Well, I think they're moving, and I wanted to kind of just touch back on the previous battle with Snoop and DMX. Mm-hmm. And apparently they got together and sequenced those songs. And I don't know if that's going to be something of the same type of thing here, where they just kind of get together.
So they already know I feel like that takes away the element.
Well, the element it wasn't really about the battles. It was really just about, the whole thing about the battles was to showcase each person's greatness, because it's like these guys are both considered great rappers.
Right.
So it wasn't really about the battle aspect of it. And I think the DMX and Snoop battle or versus was, I think, the most, next to Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, which I think was just a more natural appreciation of each other. Mm-hmm. I think that was really more the essence of what the verses was really supposed to be. Verses only really entitled, not really like going at each other. Mm-hmm. So, Jamel, what do you think about this matchup?
I think the matchup is looking to be pretty interesting. However, they don't really match up that well to me. It's like Rick Ross's sound is more luxurious, and 2 Chainz, even though he's got some, nice bars and everything, it just seems a little bit more street. So I feel like they could have done a little bit better. I feel like a Meek Mill versus 2 Chainz would have been a better, at first glance matchup. But I think 2 Chainz will definitely make this a competitive versus.
Well, 2 Chainz has his luxury raps too.
Yeah.
Like he's been on those same like those same orchestra style beats, like Rick Ross and all that. So
yeah, and he has luxury in his own way.
Right.
Yeah,
he's got the most expensive show.
Yeah, exactly. The way he illustrates it is just a little bit different.
Right.
Who y'all got winning? I got 2 Chainz, but that's my biasness.
Well, I have Rick Ross, and that's probably my bias.
Okay.
I'm going to have to be the tiebreaker. I think Rick Ross is going to do it, but I think it'll be closer than what people are saying.
What, they expecting Rick Ross to blow him out the water?
Yeah, a lot of people are thinking
What?
2 Chainz is going to get blown out.
Nah.
People
don't know.
2 Chainz' run was nice.
Yeah, people don't know.
Well, I think that's to me, that's honestly probably, the more I think about it, that's probably why it's matched up the way it is. Because a lot of people feel that 2 Chainz is not a good matchup for Rick Ross. In terms of just like how people view 2 Chainz. I think in the South and in the more trap space, people who are just hardcore trap fans, they know how 2 Chainz gets down. But just by and large, I think people look at people look at 2 Chainz, maybe underestimate him a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's no way. And that's the thing. Like, if you're going off a general audience, then they're going to be like, oh, 2 Chainz, the guy who made Birthday Song? And, they'll name, like, shit like that. But if you actually listen to hip-hop albums and you actually listen to hip-hop, then you kind of already know not to write 2 Chainz out. It's because you know he has bars. Like
2 Chainz has bars, and one thing I think that people are discrediting is he got enough in his run of aggressive kind of songs that play well in a battle or verses.
Yeah.
Like he's got those bangers, and you get 90 seconds of the right beat with the great aggressive chords. That'll go head to head with anyone well. Plus, like that album, Pretty Girls Love Trap Music, he had enough.
That's one of my. I think that's his best album.
I think that's his best album, but he had enough of those intricate flows and those complex beats where he can hang with Rick Ross when Rick Ross bring out an Aston Martin music or something like that. He could go into his repertoire and pull out that that Burglar Bar song with Monica, and it's like, all right, it's not an easy win for Ross no more.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
I also think his features too.
Like 2 Chainz has some of the best features ever.
Good features.
I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a close battle.
That man is the feature killer.
And there's songs where you can probably argue he had like the best verse on those features.
Absolutely.
Every song with Kanye, he came with it. He was like, all right, it's rapping time.
I feel like the song that really put him on was Mercy. Even though he had songs before that, I feel like once he dropped Mercy, his verse in Mercy was really like,
that was a big one.
Yeah, that was big.
That's Spend It. He got to play Spend It with T.I. too.
Spend It. What do y'all think are automatic W's?
For 2 Chainz or for Ross?
Both.
I think for 2 Chainz, probably the Mercy verse.
Absolutely, yeah.
You just said it.
What, birthday song? Yeah.
I think that's a win for him. I think
Burglar Bars is a win for him.
Depending.
He may not play it, but I wanted to play Rolls Royce, bitch.
I love
Rolls Royce, bitch.
I love Rolls Royce.
I'll count it. I will count it.
That's some Chainz elevating.
I would count that.
He wouldn't have made that song 10 years ago.
Exactly.
But it's like, I see where you're coming from, and the growth is there.
Yeah, I'll count that song. I'll count it to win.
He got to play something from that True Religion mixtape, too.
He has to.
If Ross plays something first, and he's like, he could probably get in with that, I'll play it.
2 Chainz, I mean, I know it may not be a W to most people, but to me, if you play Saturday night, I don't care what Ross play. Saturday night is a W to me. I love Saturday
I got to
night.
hear that Kissing joint, too, from the Codeine Cowboy mixtape.
Yeah. He got 2 Chainz, man. Nah, people tripping.
What's the automatic W for Ross?
BMF.
Artist music.
BMF. Automatic. Aston Martin, BMF.
What's that? Something off that Thriller album that was crazy.
Maybach Music 1.
Maybach
you got it.
Is a point.
Yeah.
Real quick, what's the best Maybach music? Real quick. We don't have to.
We don't got to sit on this one.
Yeah. I think it's 4. Because it's just him.
Who was in 4?
Just him and Neo. It was really just him rapping on it.
Okay.
The beat is fucking incredible. It's just really him rapping.
I don't want to say Maybach Music 1 because Maybach Music 1 is my favorite because of Jay-Z's verse.
Yeah.
Because Jay-Z went crazy on that verse. So, damn. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
That's tough.
Which one had T.I. 3?
Maybach
T.I. and
Music
Jadakiss.
was on 3.
3.
Yeah.
What was 2? Was 2 the one with Kanye,
two
Lil
was
Wayne,
Kanye.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, all them? All right, I'm rocking with 2.
That's the best one?
Yep.
Yeah, I got 4, then 3.
I like the first one on that one.
But I don't want to say the first one because I really love Jay-Z.
What if he plays all 5 Maybach Musics?
He could. He really could.
Is that 5-0?
That's a 5-0 automatic.
Off of Maybach Musics just alone?
He could get I don't know. I don't know about 5. If he would have kept the Pusha T verse, then I would have gave it 5. He should have kept the verse.
What if we put it in there?
He's not gonna do that.
If I was him, I'd play that "Fuck with Me, You Know I Got It" verse. I think that's one of his best. Like the reprise joint without Jay
and Devil in a New Dress.
Devil in a New Dress.
Devil in a New Dress. I think Devil in a New Dress.
I think that's a win. I think that's
a man.
Yeah,
I think that's the best. Honestly, I'm not saying. I honestly think that's the best verse he's ever done. Honestly, that's just me though.
I think he got some great songs that didn't age that well. Like The Boss. I don't think he's gonna play that. That was one of his bigger songs.
Boss.
I don't think it's gonna work. In this song.
Nah. Yeah. Devil in New Dress.
One of my personal favorites, Santorini Grease.
Santorini.
That's a good song.
That's fine.
That's an amazing fucking song, bro.
That's a great song.
We talk about like the luxury lane, bro. That's just an amazing song.
That's where Ross excels, the sonic part of it.
Yes.
Like, he's gonna kill that.
I don't know, man. It's tough. I love them both, but I'm more of a 2 Chainz fan than I am a Rick Ross fan.
To me, it's kind of the same way of like kind of what they were talking about with Fabulous and Jadakiss when they was like, yo, you can't, if you're Fabulous, just stick to the lady stuff. Don't try to be too street. Like, I think if you're Ross, just stick to like the luxury stuff. Mm-hmm. If you try to get into like that trap lane and try to like, not that he don't have songs like that, but that's, to me, that's where
you can't out trap 2 Chainz.
Yeah, 2
Chainz.
That's when
you ain't out trapping him.
Yeah,
you're not out streeting Jadakiss,
especially on like a banger. Nah,
so like
you ain't seeing it.
He got to stay. I think he got to stick to like more of like that luxury. You know,
the exotic flow.
Exotic shit, yeah. So I think that would probably be the instance where I would see 2 Chainz winning. But I really think that, and I don't necessarily have a huge problem with it, but I think that just like the last battle, they may just sequence stuff together and just have like a playlist and they just be rocking out.
So overall, how do you feel about the sequencing and making it a celebration versus being a true battle?
Fuck all that. I want to battle.
I don't mind it, only because, honestly, because if the songs that they play, if they're all playing, like the songs that they're playing are hits. Mm-hmm. Like, if we just, like I said, if you just watch the last battle, ain't a song DMX played, whether you say he won or lost, ain't a song that he played that wasn't like rocking.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So to me, it just, because it's not an official score, no way. It's not like no one's officially scoring it, so now it's always going to be up for discussion.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just take it for that, and you can have your conversations about it. I personally don't mind it if they sequence it together. If they were doing official scores, then nah, you gotta.
Yeah, go ahead. Battle. Yeah.
Oh wait,
it's like a boxer. So you don't.
I've never watched a single one. This is the first battle I'm ever gonna watch.
I watched them. I think
they don't do
sequencing can be a better product overall if you collaborate. You have your different highs and lows. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that the sequencing does take away is the art of surprise.
Exactly. So that's why. That's why I want to see
the energy in the room can be different when you know what's coming.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. And like I said, I do think that. I think that I personally wouldn't mind it. Only, like I said, for the simple fact that if it makes it to where it elevates both the artists, like I said, most people know how Ross gets down. A lot of people don't know how 2 Chainz gets down. If it's a situation where it elevates down, I didn't know 2 Chainz had. If the conversation that comes away from that is damn, I didn't know 2 Chainz was on all this shit.
Or maybe you just people could have just forgot too.
Yeah,
that's another big one.
If that's the end result of it, whether it's a official battle or whether it's sequencing, I'm happy either way.
Because at the end of the day, both artists are going to win. You see streaming numbers out versus posts them.
Right.
They both see a surge in their entire catalog. So it's something where it may be a battle. One person may win or have more, joints than another one. But at the end of the day, both artists will win because they're going to see, fans revisit their older catalogs.
Yeah. I like it being a battle. I don't want sequencing, honestly, because I like to see like I like to see what an artist thinks his response should be. If that makes sense. Doesn't make sense. I want to see what your response is going to be. If Rick Ross plays, I don't know, BMF, I want to see what 2 Chainz is going to follow. Like, okay, you got BMF. What do I got? And I think it just adds a different element.
I feel you. That. One of the best examples of that so far was that Jadakiss battle. You could see Jadakiss playing a song, and then the look on Fabulous's face when he's talking to his DJ, like, "Hey, what do we have for this one?"
Yeah,
you could see him on the spot working, and that just made it.
I think it makes it better.
That's honestly a good example because I think Jadakiss even spoke about it. He had before they even battled, he already had his strategy. Like, yo, if he plays this, I'm playing that. If he for every song that Fabulous was gonna play, he knew what he was going to play well before they even got into the battle.
Chestnut checkers, man.
So that was his mentality. And I do think in that scenario, that did make for a very, very, really just, but I think the problem is, I wish all the artists involved would have that type of mindset. Most of them don't. Most of them, if you go back to way back in the first few battles when they had the Manny Fresh and Scott Storch shit, Manny Fresh, his whole brain was in a whole different atmosphere. Like, oh, I didn't know he was doing this. I didn't know this was the rules.
I didn't know he was going to be competitive and all this shit.
He didn't know what the fuck was going on. So, I think that different artists, if you're going to do it, because it's not like they're forcing you to do it, but if you are going to opt to do it, I do think you should kind of be clear on what your strategy is or what your intent is with doing it. So I think that's for me. I think that's probably what's the most important thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the competitive edge of it personally.
The competitive is better, and I like when people actually know their catalog, know what the people want to hear. And it may be a B-side, but if it's one people like, go ahead and play it. You know?
True that.
I don't know.
So everybody's tuning in. Everybody will be watching.
I'm watching this one.
Yeah. All right, so we will be back next week to give you our take on the actual verses. So, let's move on to where you want to go next? To Kalani, or you want
to? We can stay on music. We can stay on music right now.
All right. New music.
Oh no, I thought you wanted to jump to Kalon. Actually, before we get there, let's go ahead and just do the CEO shit let's go ahead and just go to the CEO thing real quick.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Earlier this week, I think Thursday or Friday, the CEOs of the big four in the tech space, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, and Google, they testified before Congress amongst the issues of antitrust, just in their power or their monopoly in the ad space, so to speak. And a long hearing, so I didn't watch all of it. I think it was
long.
Well over 10 hours, I believe.
It was long.
So I didn't watch the whole thing. I did watch pieces of it. And you guys watch any of it?
I did catch some of it. I found it pretty interesting.
What did you take away from it? At least from what you saw.
What I saw the Facebook one, I found that to be most interesting. How AOC Alexandria Cortez was saying that she was questioning Zuckerberg's intent of what he will and will not monitor on his site, and he's pretty much going to allow political advertising, even if it's false and misleading, as long as the check is there. And that's something that how much oversight do you really want in your social media, and will you allow lies to propagate? So I found that interesting. Also, he was questioning their intentions of squashing competitors, because Instagram was a competitor of Facebook early, and they found his old email saying, "Hey, they could be a threat to us. Let's buy them up." And that in itself violates antitrust. So it's interesting to see if anything fruitful will come from that. But that's all you need. That's the smoking gun.
Exactly. That's actually pretty. I got some of that. Even like with, I think they were trying to do the same thing with Snapchat.
Right.
It's like, yeah, we're pretty much gonna like copy like your whole infrastructure with the live. You know, you could be a partner or you could be, you know, obsolete.
We see what you're doing. We can make that happen in our eye.
Exactly.
One way or another.
So then I saw some of the testimony from the Google CEO, and something to the same effect where Yelp had an issue with them about something that they were Google was copying.
They were doing the restaurant review. So that's something that Yelp is pretty strong in their brand, but Google saw someone else doing something and said, "Hey, we can do that and we may be able to do it better."
So then upon that, Google was like, "Hey, if you don't like it, we could always like delist you." So
they flex their muscle.
Exactly. And that's like that is essentially what the problem is. It's like you guys are bullying everyone else. Like you guys and essentially I don't think anything was revealed in these hearings that people didn't already know or weren't aware of. I think the question is now is like, all right, we know the problem. Is this just some pony show where y'all just yelling at motherfuckers to yell at them? Or are we really going to see something happen? Are we going to see something get done in terms of like breaking this shit up? And then it's not just disbanding it, because if they could break these big four up. But if you guys are not enforcing the laws that are already in place, all you're going to do is just Amazon's just going to become something else. A new company is going to become the new Amazon or the new Google. So the laws are already there. It's just that I'm pretty sure whenever there's money involved, and this is one of the black eyes of capitalism, it's just like
the greed of it.
Exactly.
And so one thing they're saying, hey, capitalism, that's what those big four were defending. Hey, we're all American companies. We've all started from the garage. They were given that. And Google, for instance, their CEO was saying that we highlight hundreds of thousands of small businesses with our restaurant reviews that may not have been found otherwise. So we support small business. But, so you have to take that and weigh that against what they're saying. However, also the big four are so big, and not just their consumer-facing businesses, but also their back-end cloud businesses. For instance, Amazon has AWS. Google has their own cloud in addition to Microsoft with Azure. Those three run the entire internet's cloud. So how much separation are you actually going to get, and how bad would that be for the ramifications of the society would that be? Exactly.
So, it's just, like I said, to me, this is not new news. This is anything that's like groundbreakingly crazy, but it's just what happens when something has to stop in the middle before it even gets to that point. So they can say all this shit they want about, we started from the garage, we started out, you know what I'm saying? But y'all not paying taxes now. Y'all not, so it's like, y'all ain't the same as us. Like, don't act like you're the same as like the common.
I don't want to hear that garage shit.
Exactly.
When your CEO made $30 billion in a pandemic and everybody else is struggling.
Exactly. Like
that garage shit.
Jeff Bezos just made $17 billion in like the last 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So different. We're not the same. Like, no, and you should
be taxed accordingly. There's no reason those such successful companies, even though they give jobs to people, they should pay their taxes.
I know. That's how they try to justify it too. Hey, man, we hire a bunch of people. I know. Yeah. Pennies on the dollar.
And guess what they do? Help you make more money.
Exactly. So it's like, God forbid you be a third-party seller on Amazon. Oh, that's a nice ensemble you got there. Be ashamed if someone wants to throw Amazon basics on it.
Or even worse, we'll put you on page 7.
Come on, sort by.
The sort by. If you're on page 7, nobody finds you.
Exactly. Hey, the Amazon model a little bit cheaper. You can always purchase that.
Yeah, that feature is kicking people in the ass.
And then they was grilling Bezos about,
the data.
Not just that, but you have like people who were selling like counterfeit shit on Amazon, and he's like, "Hey man, but we're not selling that, but y'all making money off of it. Y'all getting a cut from it, so y'all are responsible for it.
Yeah,
like you can't we'll touch on this a little bit later too in a different topic, but shit that goes on in your house, even though you ain't the one, even though if you're not at home, if it's in your house, you are responsible for it.
Yeah, I already told you I bought a fake Nike hoodie off of.
Yeah, dry fit. With a Y.
With the Y.
They scammed you.
They got my ass.
That shit wouldn't dry at all. This is gonna dry it off.
Yeah.
Leave a rating, man. You should be like, this
Bruh, when we was about to record today. The day I got it was the day we was about to record in like 10 minutes. So when I put it on, that was my first time putting it on. And then I ain't had time to sit there and write a review because I didn't think about it until like we sat down and we was in the heat of it. And then I'm like, I'm fucking feeling my pockets and I'm like, damn, why does cut so off? And then I'm like, I'm trying to like feel deeper in the pocket. Cause I got a bunch of Nike hoodies, so I already know how it's supposed to feel. So I already knew something was off.
But you pull out another one like side by side,
Hell
like yo.
Yeah, I mean, what? Yo, I went through like 4 of my shorts because the Nike because the Nike logo that I bought the one that I bought, the Nike logo's on the right, and I'm like, something not right here. So then I pulled out my Nike shorts, Nike logo on the left. I pulled out my 3 of my Nike hoodies, Nike logos on the left. I'm looking at this hoodie like, man, what the fuck? Like,
you got to go full Karen now.
Upon closer inspection, NICE, nice. You guys got a nice hoodie.
So,
Jay, what'd you think about Apple? They didn't get as much smoke as the other 3.
Yeah,
but they caused some smoke too.
I honestly, off of what I saw, I just saw mostly it was Zuckerberg because Zuckerberg is
Zuckerberg.
Yo, he's a repeat customer.
He's like a James Bond villain at this
point. So I saw a little bit of Bezos and a little bit of Zuckerberg. I didn't see too much of Apple.
So Apple, it was pretty much one of the congressmen were saying that Apple has, their ecosystem is their own Apple ecosystem.
Okay, I did remember some of that.
Everything listed in their app store, they get 30% of. It's not the same for Google. So
30%.
It's like for a developer, it's like, hey, we could only list it in Google, but think about the customer base we would lose. The profits are so much more because Google's open versus Apple's sandbox.
Apple's source code is like they got their own source code and all that,
source
right?
Code. So all the developers give up 30% of their profits to Apple, and they say that helps fund the ecosystem. But Google's ecosystem isn't funded by the same profits, and it functions almost identical. So that's pretty much just skimming off the top.
Man, I've been telling niggas Apple's evil, but everybody want to go buy an iPhone.
Man, the bitches do not like the green text.
What, bro? I swear, I think I've gotten deleted out of girls' numbers off of the green text. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure shit was sweet. They gave me their number, and then they probably didn't think about it. And then they got that text, and they like, oh.
Man, I've heard horror stories. Man, that green text will fuck up your life, dog.
It will.
You're not getting no ass off them green texts.
Imagine, or like when everybody in your class, they got iPhones. So they be making like these class group messages and shit, and then they be like, "Oh, nigga, what you got?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I got a Galaxy."
You know how hard it is to try to get a woman to download Hangouts or one of those other apps? Oh my god, you'll voodoo me, uvu me, uvu me.
Uvu. Oh, you tried me though.
That's wild, man.
I live that Android life. I know I gotta jump ship.
Yeah, man. But I take this hearing with a grain of salt, man.
I thought it was interesting what they did with Bezos about how he didn't really admit that they sold people's data. Like he was like, "Yo, I can't answer that. I can't guarantee that we didn't sell your data." But
that's all this is they in court, they under oath. It's always gonna be a verbal hula hoop. They always gonna say something. They're gonna get they Jada Pinkett on.
Here's the thing with them. They know that the people asking the questions only have a limited amount of time. So you say, "I can't hear you," or could you rephrase that? And then guess what?
And it's virtual.
You know how swaggy they be. Jeff Bezos was like, "Thank you, Congresswoman. You're great." And then he answered the question.
Yeah.
That's 5 seconds right there.
He's pissing on time. It's not about him having manners. That's the game.
Yeah,
they definitely gonna dig that Instagram shit to the ground though. Now that they got that email, oh man.
And how did they get that email?
Oh, they got leaked. Man, you know somebody in Facebook. Somebody in Facebook right their ass out.
Yeah, somebody coughed that thing up.
Zuckerberg pissed somebody off.
Yeah, man, but this is like I said, I take it with a grain of salt. This is kind of like
Enemy of the State.
Well, this is kind of history repeating itself.
Remember that Will Smith movie?
Enemy of the State.
Yeah, it's a damn good movie, man.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
One of his better movies. But
what they could do now.
Microsoft dealt with this, a long time ago. Same situation, same shit. And I know Bill Gates was like, "Oh, thank God, they didn't call me."
Man, but why would they call? Would Bill Gates really get called for that kind of shit?
Nah,
Bill got jammed up before.
He would.
Yeah. I mean,
why? I thought you just did software. What else? Oh no, he got
Microsoft at one point had market share that was so large that they had to hit them with the antitrust.
But that was like in the 90s, wasn't it?
In the 90s,
That's what I'm saying. This is basically like another
it's a repeat.
reiteration of that. That's what I said. If you're not enforcing the law, it's just a different head that's going to take the place. That's what I'm saying.
But they were actually doing it. They would squash out other companies, and they made a product so good that other people couldn't compete. And it was like, hey, it's not our fault, but it is.
Yeah, it is kind of your fault. So.
But how much market? I mean, should that be something that's a burden of you? So if you make a product and you make it so well that other people don't want to compete, should that be your fault?
Well,
I don't know.
It's the ethics of it. I mean, if you don't allow them to compete,
that's.
I think that's where it comes into play.
What's Amazon's true competitor now? Is it Walmart? They're beating them. Walmart's got a 2 day. I think Walmart has free shipping now.
Are they beating Walmart?
They're beating them.
They're beating the shit out of Sam Walton.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sam Walton rolling over.
You got
they beating the shit out of him.
You gotta be going up to be beating Walmart.
Hey, stomping his ass out. But all right, so so we'll keep an eye on that and see where that leads and what happens with that. You want to get on the Kalani?
Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and address that. So Kehlani dropped her album earlier this year titled what is the title? I forgot. Anyway, whatever.
Previously released album this year.
Yeah, Kehlani dropped the album earlier this year. And on one of the songs was called Can I, featuring Tory Lanez. And as everybody knows, Tory Lanez is in the middle of a controversy with Meg Thee Stallion and Meg Thee Stallion's entourage and anything Meg Thee Stallion. So Kehlani's like real close friends with her, and she said, "Yo, Tory, I'm getting you off my album on the deluxe."
The album title, I'm sorry, just real quick for the listeners. It was good until it wasn't.
There we go. It was good until this one, and she's dropping the deluxe, but she's removing Tory Lanez's verse off of Can I. What do y'all think?
I think she's showing support for Meg, and I'm not surprised that something like this would happen. I think at some point, this is not with Kalani, but T-Pain was set to drop a song with Tory Lanez, and he was like, he said something on Twitter like, "Yo, I was just about to drop a song with Tory Lanez," and then people kind of chimed in on it. He was like, "Yeah, that's what I thought," and he didn't drop it. So the temperature out here is just.
Do y'all think people are reacting to something? Because nothing's official. Like right now, everything's
it ain't official, but shit don't look good.
I mean, it's not looking good.
It's
but
like,
do you think people are reacting too soon? Is what I'm asking. Like, I think this is kind
if
of.
Because what's the alternative? She drops a song and then she gets backlash. You think it's worth her? Like, that's the hill she want to die?
Well, the song was already made.
But what I'm saying is, it doesn't hurt for her to. Like I said, it's more of a, in my estimation, a show of support for Meg. And yes, we're now in the court of public opinion. Yes, legally we're still waiting for court and all that stuff like that. But in the court of public opinion, shit like this happens all the time. You kind of got to pick a side because the conversations. If you don't, then the conversation is made for you on your behalf, and then maybe she may see it as, I got a song with this dude. This dude is some shit right now, some shit that I don't condone, I don't support. If in fact that did happen, in her mind, and if in fact that did happen, so as a step forward, I'm gonna, take him off that song.
But is it? I think I feel like she's drawing attention to herself by taking them off the song. Honestly, I think she could have dropped that deluxe and nobody would have batted an eye because it was already made.
She wants the attention.
I feel like it was more of an intention move. Like,
it's a show of solidarity, but also attention.
I mean, what's she gonna do? I mean, because the song gonna be pretty short without his verse too. Like, it's only 2 verses unless she does a second verse. But I mean, I guess that's not the point. But either way, it seemed more so like she didn't have to take his verse off. Like, I don't think anyone would have got on her for not taking the verse off.
But at this point, do you want to risk it? Do you want to risk the backlash of putting out a project that supposed to be your work, and then having a person that shot a woman twice in the foot so far, which we think happened?
Well, it's a deluxe. It's a deluxe version of a project that she dropped, what, like 3 months ago?
Yeah, the deluxe probably would have got brushed under the rug, but it's still a new release.
I don't know, man.
She's still keeping that sales and all those streaming numbers from it. So
is she only taking it off the deluxe, or is she taking it off the regular too?
That's a good point. I'm not sure.
Because if you leave it on the regular, but you take it off on the deluxe, then what was the point?
Nothing.
Just to say, yo, I'm taking it off the deluxe. Like, that's the thing.
I think that'll tell you whether it's a attention grab or whether she really wanted to, show solidarity.
I don't know. It seemed kind of unnecessary to me, but that's just me. I don't know. Now, T-Pain doing what he did, okay. I get it. He didn't have to say why he did it. Everybody would have known, but...
What's T-Pain do?
Damn, nigga, was you here 10 minutes ago?
I thought Tori was doing the shot.
It's okay. It's all right. We'll walk it back. So, he had made a tweet that he was getting ready to drop a song with Tory Lanez, and this is when all this shit had happened. And then the feedback, or the energy from the tweet, basically told him, like, nah, I probably shouldn't do it. So that's what he got from it.
Appreciate it.
But I mean, honestly, I heard that she did it. I mean, I get it. Now I already heard the album, and I don't really go back to the deluxes like that. I just went back to Boldy James Deluxe last week. So I'm not really one that like jumps back to the deluxe like that anyway. But I mean, it's a situation, man. Like I said, this is just a situation where people are going to be doing shit, and I don't know. I personally didn't make.
I ain't going back to that deluxe album anyway.
So that's what I'm saying. So it depends on how you feel about Kalani. Like if you fuck with her like that, him being on the song, or excuse me, him being on the project already probably would have made a difference to your point, but. I don't know. Maybe someone didn't listen to it already. I don't. Like I said, I don't know.
I only went back to one deluxe project this whole year, and that was Uzi's. And that's because it was a sequel to a mixtape that I really like. But I don't really care about the deluxe thing. You listen to it, Jamel?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm cool on this one.
Would you have left Tory Lanez on there?
I mean, I would have taken him off, man.
Oh.
It ain't worth the smoke. This DAs.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, the way in her brain. I would have. I think for me, I probably would have took it off as well, because, like I said, it's. You could say it's an attention thing, and that could be very valid. I would look at it just more so as in the space now where really Meg has been joked about. Drea outright said some shit about her or made a joke about her situation.
Yeah,
the girl done broke down on social media that. She still ain't really got over her parents dying. She's been going through like just a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So I think she may have just seen it as, hey, that may, I don't know their relationship. So that may be her friend. That may be somebody she's close to.
No, they're close.
So she may have, like I said, for her friend, I'm not surprised that she probably would have done something like that as a show of support for her friend. So whatever else that comes from that, you can say that. But in that situation, I
think
I get it.
I don't know. I don't know. It's cool, I guess. Good for Kaylani.
So I mean,
I ain't really got much on it.
All right, so
back to we gotta get one more sad topic out the way, and then stick to music. So, in case y'all haven't been aware of what's going on in the world outside of here, China right now is getting blasted due to the fact of how they treat their Muslims, Chinese Muslims, who are known as Uyghurs. I could be pronouncing that wrong. Is it? Do y'all know Uyghurs? Uyghurs. That's what it is. Uyghurs. Yeah. So basically, China is being blasted lately for having these camps where they basically say, "Hey, we're cleansing people of being Muslims and turning them into communists," and a lot of these camps are actually where they produce a lot of these blue masks that people have been wearing lately. And they've been getting shipped to the U.S. along with, some Nike stuff and some other shit. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's a unfolding situation they've been getting a lot of heat for lately.
Yeah, I'm actually not too familiar with this situation. So this is something relatively new that's transpired? Or?
No, it's been going on for years, but it's been getting a lot of attention lately because I think once.
Well, I guess I mean like why lately has it been?
Because they got into that conflict with India.
Okay.
And then once that happened, I think just a bunch of little shit started trickling out of that situation. And one of the things that came out was those cleansing camps or inter camps, or I don't know what the hell they're called. But yeah, man. So I stopped buying those masks off of that shit because I'm not gonna sit here and like try to ban every damn company, but I know for a fact that those masks are being made in those camps. So it's just one of those things I just wanted to bring awareness to it. We ain't got to sit here and like do no deep dive on it, but I do think it's something that more people need to be talking about because the U.S. always talks about, we always be getting people shit about things, about freedoms and all that, but I feel like this is something that a lot of people aren't paying attention to, and yeah, there you go. All right. That's my take. That's all. We
appreciate the insight.
Yeah, we ain't got to sit here and go on that. All right.
So we going to new music?
Yeah. Where y'all want to start? Because we all didn't listen to the same thing.
Nah, that's a good thing though.
Did you listen to B7?
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've never really been a Brandy fan.
Hot take. How does that make you feel?
Cool.
Oh, you don't care?
She can sing, but I ain't really trying to hear all that shit.
That's what's wrong with the world. She's talented, but I don't want it.
I don't care about that shit.
I mean, look, Brandy has, I feel like she's always had. She's never been like a super mainstream. I mean, at one point she was when she had like the obviously Moesha and all that stuff. But in recent years, she's kind of been someone who people have revered as an artist, no doubt, but they haven't really been checking for her like that as far as her music. I like Brandy. I think she can sing. She's one of the, if I'm being honest, one of the few artists who can actually sing and not just whisper on shit. But
but you thought her new album was trash?
No.
Oh.
Here's a butt.
I am going to get into her album. And the issues with the album wasn't actually her voice. So there's that. So Brandy dropped B7 on Friday, and I did listen to it. So this is the first listen. The first song that came on, played it, and something just sounded a little weird. Couldn't understand what she was saying, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Was she rapping?
No, she was singing.
Oh.
But it was like, whether it's the production, the mix, just something that was on the outside, like post recording, that had to do with it. It wasn't anything that had to do with her. She sounded good. I couldn't make out what she was saying. So like the first 4 songs are like that. So the first 4 songs, it was just very, very hard to make out what she was saying. Could I have liked the song if I knew what she was saying? Probably, because like I said, she sounded good. It wasn't until Lucid Dreams, which was the 5th song, that, okay, the mixing sounded better, the production sounded a lot better, and I could actually hear what she was saying.
Okay.
And from that point, like, I like Lucid Dreams a lot, and then I think the next song, Borderline, I liked a lot, and then after that, it was almost like it was a different album. Like, different hands was on it. Different hands touched it. It sounded way better.
That's possibly what happened, too.
So I don't know if it was something that she was recording. She may have been.
Why not do that for the whole project?
Because I mean,
I'm saying like I don't know. Somebody may have recorded a few songs with her. There may have been a stopgap in that process, and she may have continued recording. And I just don't know what happened with that. Yeah. But what I will say is that just about every song from Lucid Dreams on, I enjoyed a lot. So I like Borderline a lot. Baby Mama with Chance the Rapper. Not really because of Chance, but more so because
he didn't go off?
Anyway, he was all right.
Okay.
Shower shit?
More so because of I like Hit Boy, and then Brandy did her thing on that. She had a song with Daniel Caesar, Love Again, that I really like.
I know that shit went off.
Really, really good song.
He got canceled for a day.
But
Daniel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't cancel Daniel.
I know
Nah.
he's too talented.
That voice too good to
Man,
cancel.
that man, they tried to cancel that man, and he came back with Case Study.
Yeah,
It was
You
right.
can get
always-
mad
Forget
because people was mad because he said don't be so mean to white people. You can slap him on the wrist for that. I'm not canceling that nigga for that.
Yeah.
I slap him on the wrist. Like, shut up. But
Don't be Terry Crews, nigga. Now back to the
yeah. So then, he dropped Case Study, and people didn't want to like it because he was like they were still with that energy. But
Case Study was hard as hell.
Case Study was really good. But yeah, man. So like I said, after the audio hiccup, in my view, like I said, I don't know what it was, but it was great, man. It was a really good album to me. What I did like is that she didn't try to like chase a sound. She didn't try to like sound like anybody today. She didn't try to sound like any of these. I guess you would call it new R&B, current R&B, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. I think people who really like Brandy. I don't know how. I know there were some conversations about like just the sound. But to me, it wasn't the whole album. It was like maybe the first 4 songs. Which unfortunately I do got to count that in my score, at my overall rating. But overall, out of 10, I would probably give it a 7. 7 again, mainly because those first 4 songs are on the project and they didn't sound good.
You gave it a 7 because it's called B7.
All right, that's a nice try. That's a swing, but it was all right.
Okay.
But, an attempt was made.
I missed the field goal.
It's okay. It's okay. An attempt was made. It's okay. It's all right.
That's FDA, not
We still got
FDN.
time. We got Black Soprano coming up next week.
Was it her 7th album for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I
Been
was called.
singing for like 30 years, man.
God damn.
Yeah, that's why Brandy is revered by a lot of people in the R&B space. She's been
Monica
around for,
smoked her though.
where's she at now?
She make albums too.
I bet.
Where's Monica?
I think she married Shannon Brown.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, they got a
no more.
divorce.
They're divorced.
They got a divorce. I'm sorry.
Couldn't tell you where she's at.
All the Lakers she could have. Never mind.
Of all the Lakers.
Of all the, she could have got
Never
so
mind.
many other ones.
Never mind. I like Monica too, though. I'm not gonna talk shit because I heard she with the biggest.
Shannon
Also,
Brown.
I heard she with the shit. So I don't,
yeah, Monica stay strapped. She
Yeah,
from
I don't want no trouble.
She from the Zone 6.
Yeah, I don't want no trouble with Monica or
Monica
Brandy
cool.
either. Brandy got a body on her too, but I don't want no trouble with
Yeah,
either.
they both about that life.
I don't want nobody.
A lot of these female R&B singers to be about that shit.
The R&B ones are more real than the rappers.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. Where you
Janae Aiko a whole ass crip. People be forgetting that.
She's like, yo, I'm gangster crip, nigga. What's up?
She a whole crip.
Can't really criticize it too much because corrupt done been pulled up on you.
Yeah. And then what?
Exactly. But yeah, 7 out of 10. I liked it after the rough start. Rough start, solid finish. That's where I'm at with it.
You gonna recommend it to a friend?
Yeah.
Lying ass. You gotta recommend this shit to nobody.
Why you say that?
Because you're not.
The friends I know who listen to Brandy already listen to it. You don't even you don't listen to Brandy. I get it. Like you don't like.
I don't.
Anything after like 2015, you don't really.
2015. Wow, you just discredited me.
Well, you thought like R&B just became toxic.
I think that toxicness just became more obvious.
No, it hasn't. Like
No, it hasn't. Okay, maybe I was just too
Exactly.
young. I was just too young to interpret.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
I was too young to interpret.
exactly like that. Where do you think they got it from?
Where's been some toxic?
I don't know. I just
Nigga, James Brown was toxic.
I like-
What are you talking
You know
about?
what Pretty
like-
Wings is about?
I like people.
Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, what we doing?
I just like people harmonizing the
What
word
about Candy Rain?
bitches.
Candy Rain? You know Candy Rain?
They wasn't harmonizing bitches back then. I just they wasn't harmonizing the way they are now.
Gotcha.
Brent Fires makes the toxic so appetizing.
Exactly.
That reverb and that. I got you.
Yeah,
got it,
when he
man.
said, I don't really care about you, might get lost. She's like, I felt that.
I
shit.
felt it. I was like,
Understood. All right. So we all listened to the Half a Mil, also known as Hit Boy Dom Kennedy.
wait, you listen to that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we cool. We're good.
All right, so we all listened to that. All right, so the next project, Half a Mil, a duo containing Hit Boy and Dom Kennedy. They released another project, also known as, and you go ahead and start with your thoughts on it. What do you think about it?
Yeah, Jamel.
I thought it was pretty good. It was some nice summertime music. Makes you want to roll the windows down, get some air, pump the AC. It just gave you that nice summer kind of vibe with it. Dom was giving you those typical Dom floats over it, where it's melodic.
Dom can float over anything.
He's floating over the beats, and Hit Boy kind of laced it. So I definitely recommend it. It was an enjoyable listen. I went back to it already.
He's already mastered like effortless rapping.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really try to rap, but he just
that's a Snoop kind of thing.
But that's his thing.
It comes off smooth.
Yeah,
and that's not easy.
No.
That's not easy to do.
It's not easy to be enjoyable. It's easy to sound like you don't really care about rapping, but it's hard to make it sound enjoyable.
That's a fact.
And he's hell, even before Hit Boy, even like without Hit Boy. But I think they have found a very nice chemistry. I've listened to the other projects they've kind of put out in the past.
You can hear their growth.
You can kind of hear exactly. Like to me, that's what I got from this. So I got that it was just more chemistry between the two. And Hit Boy to me, he's probably, I don't want to call him a chameleon, but he can produce for like anybody.
Well, he's been producing for.
I know, but I'm saying like, but
he can craft stuff too. He
can craft. Yeah, exactly. He crafts the song to cater to the artist.
Oh yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
And that's a skill.
And I think exactly, and I think there's a talent in that. So like if he does a song with Future, it's gonna sound different than Don Kennedy, than I don't know, fucking Jay-Z, than Pusha T. Like they're all gonna sound different in their own right.
Yeah.
So with Dom, he found a way to, of course, infuse some of that more chill, like you said, summertime type of vibe. The only song I was disappointed in, more so because he didn't have a verse on there, was not the City on Lock with Nas. It was just the hook he was on.
Right.
A little disappointed just from like a damn. It
would have been nice.
Would have been nice to hear him on a verse, but but yeah, man. So I ain't too much I can say about it. These are the Dom is the type of artist where like I listen to him, and it's not like one of those things where it's like I want to hear the growth. I want to hear like how he's gonna try to innovate his Dom, just do what you do.
Dom is a move.
You can't tell Dom what to do.
Exactly.
You just gotta give him the beat and just be like, all right, man, just
Dom Kennedy is like currency. You know what you're gonna get before you listen, and he meets your expectations.
Exactly.
Right? And I'm cool with that sometimes. Sometimes I don't need to be surprised.
Yeah.
I want to listen to what you're good at.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want surprises from Dom.
Nah, I'm cool with that.
Like
he's he's one of those rappers where it's like, just do what you do, bro.
Do what you
do.
Don't try.
I'm just happy seeing your name on the list.
Like if Pusha T stop talking about coke, I'm like, oh, what is this?
What is this, man? He gonna talk about stop selling coke. No. You can't do that now.
I don't want to hear all this fatherhood shit, man. Get back to the blow.
Not exactly.
What was your
it's an 8.5 for me, man. Like I said, it's on par with what I was wanting. I got what I expected. I got what I wanted from it. So
what about you?
I concur, man. It met my expectations. That's a strong 8.
I give it an 8. I like 03 Greedo. I like the random features 03 Greedo does. I don't see him on too many songs, but when I do, I get really happy.
Oh yeah, we got some, yeah.
Because I don't listen to his music that much, but I do like his features. I like pretty much every song. I didn't really have a complaint with this one.
Yeah, you could let the joint ride.
Yeah, I just let it rock, and it sounded great. I liked it. I always like hearing Dom because Dom doesn't pop out that much. So when he does, I always listen. So I give it an 8.
I agree. I do. He is one of the artists that I check for, and it's like I was happy to. I seen him post that he was dropping it, so I was happy to see that.
Yeah, because Yellow Album, one of my favorite albums all time.
Agreed. I like Get Home Safely, but that's just
I wish
me.
Yellow Album was on streaming services though.
I don't know why it's
and
not.
Get Home fucking Safely.
Hold on. I think they used to be on streaming services. I feel like they took them away because I looked at one of my streaming services recently. I was like, where the fuck? Where's Yellow Album and Get Home Safely? Even From the West Side with Love is gone too. Like
Really?
They took that off.
They
bro?
took that off too. It's
What's
like,
Out with Love is
it's
so...
my shit.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yo,
Come
Platinum
on.
Chanel is like the epitome of the perfect Dom song.
That and I love When I Come Around.
Yes.
My God, I love When I Come Around.
Like, we gotta roll all these windows down.
That's frustrating.
All right. Up next, we got the BSF album, Black Soprano Family. Did you listen to that one, Jamil?
Nah, I didn't even know it was coming out. Let me check it though.
All right.
Fuck with Benny.
All right. So, in case y'all don't know, Black Soprano Family, DJ Drama presents Benny the Butcher and Black Soprano Family. This is DJ Drama's first project in a while. I don't even know last time I heard his name. And it came out on Friday. It's only, 6 tracks, 7 tracks?
It's about, it's not long. So the Black Soprano Family consists of Benny the Butcher, Rick Hyde, and Heen. And it's 8 songs on here.
Okay.
I listened to the whole thing.
Same.
I kind of felt like I kind of felt like it would be in the same pocket as some of Griselda's stuff. So almost like the same thing as like the Dom.
I feel like this hit harder than most Griselda stuff though.
Yeah, it was a little bit more. Some of the production was a little bit more
trappy.
Yeah. So I guess what I mean is like not exactly like Griselda, but just some elements of that, and a little bit different production. But I know Benny. I know he's rapped on trap beats before. So like I said, I know that's nothing he can't. To me, there's not really too much. There's not too many beats he can't rap on.
Right.
I like Rick Hyde. I saw him when he performed.
Yeah. He did perform at that
He opened
concert.
up at the Griselda show. So I think he's pretty dope as well. I played Quarantine like 4 times before I even got to like the next song, bro. I ain't gonna
Quarantine. Yo, Quarantine is hard.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
That's a hard ass
Benny went off,
bro. Quarantine is hard.
Oh my god, dog. It was before I even went to the next song. But I did like Grams in the Water though. Hell, I mean, I not really a song I can't say I didn't like.
And it's short.
Yeah.
It was short, so I didn't really have time to hate on the song.
Yeah. So It's Over. Benny's verse in that is crazy. I like The Mob. I like I said, I like pretty much every song. It's 8 tracks. I'm not gonna like break it down super crazy, but it's a good listen. If you like, if you're a fan of Griselda, if you're a fan of Benny, I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
About a 30-minute listen, nothing crazy. 8 songs. Something you can rock to. Like I said, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I if I had to pick some songs, definitely Quarantine.
Yeah.
I did like The Mob. I love Grams in the Water. I don't really remember Ricky and Fonz, but I think I like that one too. I don't know. It's only 8 songs. It's a good project.
Yeah, solid. Like I said, solid EP, solid short project. I liked it. Like I said, just hope to see what happens. Usually, when you have like your the main, not the main artist, but the guy who's like now you're trying to bring on other people and trying to give them that shine and give them that platform.
Yeah.
Then you kind of just see how that manifests and how that grows. It seemed like it's, at least if unless my memory is mistaken, it doesn't seem like people have been successful with that lately. Like,
well, what, putting their crews on projects?
Yeah, or like putting their crew on, and then their crew like really.
I feel like that hasn't really been that successful since like the 2000s. I feel like that died a while ago. Who's the last group to really do that?
TDE. Everyone from there got put on.
TDE, Good Music.
Yeah, TDE, Good
Yeah,
Music.
it was around that time, like when Good Music and
I
TDE.
think Dreamville is the most recent ones where it actually worked. Because I think JID is getting a lot of acclaim.
Yeah.
And Boss is talented as well. Ari Lennox is doing it for the voice. So, but there's not a lot of crews. But I would say that's the most recent one that's had some success.
Yeah, I don't. The last one who I've seen who really perfected it was like G Unit. Outside of that,
Would you say Odd Future?
I would say that's a crew. They've
I
had
don't
enough
know.
solo artists, and looking back at it, that it looks like so.
and they all kind of went their own way. Like Frank Ocean,
Tyler.
I mean Taco Axe now, So
Does he?
I don't know. I think him and Lil Dicky show is just him being Taco. Like I don't think anything. They just like I think they just say, yo, just do you.
Yeah, make it work.
But I don't know.
But I guess you could say TDE is a because they all because including SZA and then Sir.
So you got Sir's putting out albums recently. Isaiah Rashad had a really good project. Granted, it was like 3 years ago, but
4. That shit was
really good though.
You talking about the Sun's Tirade, right?
Yeah, Sun's Tirade.
Yeah. That was 4 years ago.
I saw recently on Twitter that Punch said that, we paying attention. He knows it's a drought, and he says he's going to address it with some new music. So hopefully there's,
Bro, he said they say that all the time.
It can't be two of y'all niggas in the camp that ain't put out music in 3 years.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell's going on?
We only really giving Kendrick a pass.
No, Kendrick.
Isaiah, you need
Isaiah, you can't be on the Kendrick schedule. Like, what the fuck? That last album was good.
Only Kendrick gets a 4-year layoff.
I know.
Because Damn might have been better than Good Kid, Mad City, but that's a different conversation.
And people are running, and people's patience is running thin with Kendrick already.
Yeah, especially with Cole coming out more.
It's running on. Well, yeah, Cole is on like a 2-year schedule. Mm-hmm. This is gonna be, April of this year would be 3 years for Kendrick.
And this is the longest he's gone without an album since he's been on.
Right.
Yeah.
This is his biggest gap.
People not really counting that Black Panther thing. They knew he was on it. They know he did a song.
He kind of executive produced that shit, but I wouldn't count it as a Kendrick album.
No.
But it was pretty good though. You can listen to it all the way through.
Yeah, but
it's not a Kendrick album.
Yeah,
Kendrick.
That's what happened. He got that. I think he got that bag, and he was just like, "I'm cool."
All right. So, question: do you think people like him actually enjoy the art of rapping?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know if he still enjoys it.
I think he raps when he wants to rap.
Because I don't think he enjoys it anymore. I think he knows he's good at it.
That's my theory.
But he doesn't seem to enjoy it because he doesn't do, his features aren't even there. He seems to enjoy being a recluse more than being an active rapper.
I think rap got him what he actually wanted, I think, was just some form of security in his life.
Right.
But I think now that he got it.
It seems like a means to an end.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he has it now. Like, he has it. Like, he just started the company, the PG Lang thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be looking to tap into more of that. I definitely think he'll probably still do features here and there, and for sure. But as far as like a full length project, he's trying to get into that Rihanna lane where he could just do some shit with his business and just flourish and not make no music.
Rihanna got one advantage on him though.
I mean, I know she does, but I'm saying like just in terms of like
but him is focusing more on business than making music and touring. As I understand, the tour life gets old and it's exhausting to work on an album and then go out there and tour it. And
I know he just had a child recently.
Yeah,
he's a new father just like Cole, so it's like he's got a lot on his plate, but at the same time, it's like. Does he have it? Does he owe his fans more work, or would he give them enough?
I really wouldn't be surprised if he comes out and says, "Yeah, my next album about last."
I think that's what it's coming to.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'll just be like, all right.
Everybody doesn't want to rap for 40 years.
Yeah.
Although some of them would be nice to see people transition and rap through their life and tell different stories as they as they age and mature. But I don't think he's going to be active much longer.
I think he's going to do a surprise album.
He wants to appear when he wants to appear, and he wants to disappear when he wants to disappear. He's not on social media. He don't do shit on social media. And I'm not saying this as a knock to him, but I'm saying like he will become public when he wants to be seen and when he wants to be viewed and when he wants to. I'm pretty sure when he has music to deliver, and then he will go back into his hiding, being a family man, being a father, being a pillar of the community,
right,
of the greater Compton area. He
gonna text Beyonce and do a verse on her Black is King or something like that.
Yeah,
and that'll be that.
So yeah, but yeah, I think that, I think Kendrick. I personally think if he doesn't drop an album next year, I think he's probably like,
I don't know. He's definitely gonna be out. He's gonna be out the conversation.
Like, fuck this. Like,
yeah, he's gonna be out. All right. Black is King. I'm glad you said that. Go ahead. Tell us what you thought, Jamel.
So I'll be honest. I thought it was going to be a movie at first, so I cut it on expecting a movie. It turns out that it was actually the visual album for the deluxe that Beyonce dropped earlier in the day. So if you're unfamiliar with it, it's pretty much her reinterpretation of The Lion King using real people and African stories and music through that. Amazing visuals. It looked really good, but it's an hour and a half long Beyonce music video. So you got to set your expectations there.
Fucking time. That song.
It's a long time for a music video,
time.
especially when it's not traditionally like, the Beyonce music. She's getting in her Afro beats bag. She got a lot of other visuals, but it really did play well. And it's nice to get that kind of a video on a major source like Disney Plus. And she even highlighted South Asian women who face a lot of racism in their culture, where the darker skinned East South Asian women are ridiculed and not wanted as much for families and desired. And, it was nice of Beyonce to include that. But this was, pretty much an hour and a half long reinterpretation of The Lion King with actual black people and black experience. It was really dope to watch. Amazing visuals. I recommend it, but be prepared for a musical.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that it would be something that was very, very time consuming and just a long watch. I've seen clips of it all over social media because I know, Beyonce drops something. That's just what happens. So that's the nature of the business.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. And to be honest, I'm not sure. I probably at some point will watch it, not right away, but I'm like that with her. I think sometimes with her stuff, I'll watch it like later.
You're not rolling with Beehive?
Well,
Okay.
Beehive saw it. They saw it Thursday probably. They
probably got the sneak peek.
They probably saw it. Yeah, exactly. So, I said like I said, from what I've seen, it. I mean, granted, I've only seen a couple minutes of it, but visually, it does look pretty good. The clips I've seen, so I have no doubt. I mean, I'm sure Beyonce makes sure that the visuals and the cinematography and all that shit is top notch. So I have no doubt that what I will see visually will be nothing short of,
There was one other point I meant to mention on it. So she actually ended up spending some of her own money for the production value. I wonder if there's a deeper backstory there. If she's working with Disney and they have...
Disney didn't back it.
Disney has the tremendous resources they did. How come Beyonce had to out front and pay for the visual costs up front? I wonder, is that something that she wanted or something they forced on her? It looks great. It looks like no expense was spared. It really is opulent. But there's a deeper, darker story into why she had to pay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not Beyonce.
Yeah, it's
How dare you charge Beyonce?
Pay. Disney got the bag.
Honestly, how dare they charge anyone?
How dare they charge the Queen Bee?
Yeah, how Disney asking you to front it? Like, what?
I'd be damned if Disney asked me to front my part.
They finna go to Orlando and burn all that shit down.
Who, the Beyond?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They said Space Mountain ain't working like it used to.
We don't give a damn who's in the bubble. we burning all that shit down. Hey, LeBron's down there. We don't give a damn.
Like, what we doing?
Yeah, burn that shit to the ground.
All right, man. Let's get to the most important project.
Oh, my God.
Future and Uzi. Well, it wasn't a project. It was a 2-pack. So, in case y'all didn't know, over the past week or so, Future and Uzi have been teasing a mixtape. Turns out that mixtape was not a mixtape, but 2 songs for Uzi's birthday. The internet was furious. I was furious. But I really like these 2 songs, so I don't care. Y'all didn't listen to them? Did you listen to them?
There's like 10 things on this list, bro.
I did listen to them. They were pretty good.
All right. Look.
I'm more of a Future fan than an Uzi fan, so
I knew
that collab don't really do it for me. Like,
I knew they was working on something, but
that Paddock hard. I'm sorry.
I mean, the pack's good. I'm just not that
Paddock's
super
hard.
Uzi fan.
Now, Over Your Head is cool, but Paddock's hard. I don't know. We ain't got to do no deep dive. I'm a huge fan of both. We'll just leave it there. Go listen to it if you haven't. Now, this is the part where we do the highlights of the singles that have dropped this week, and it is a lot of them. A lot of singles dropped this week. Y'all can stop me if y'all listen to them. If y'all didn't, it's fine. Murder Beats dropped a song with Ty Dolla $ign and Poto OG called Doors Unlocked. It's a really good song. I actually really like this song. Action Bronson came back, dropped Latin Grammys. That song is hard. Huge Action Bronson fan. ASAP Ferg dropped a song with Nicki Minaj and made in... Is it made in Tokyo or made in... Whatever, I don't care.
Made in Tokyo.
Why did he abbreviate? I don't care. Anyway, so...
I did hear this song.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I fucked with it.
It's pretty good. Ferg, like, he kind of knows...
He always drops that one
the type
song
of song that's gonna...
and then he'll drop a bunch of trash
Yeah.
And then he'll come out and then drop.
Every once in a while,
he'll have
a work.
He should be the best person in that crew by a mile, but he doesn't seem to have the drive to be that artist.
I don't think he really challenges himself to be that. I think
he knows his formula.
Yeah. He'll make a song, whether it be a new level, whether it be what's the joint he just had?
Work, right?
Oh no, yeah, work was hard. But even work is another example of that. Recently it's gonna bother me. But these types of songs, these types of these up tempo party songs, and I know him and Nicki have a good relationship, and she did her thing on the song.
Yeah, I actually really like Nicki on that song.
So they have a good relationship, which I know that means they're gonna have pretty good chemistry when they collab on stuff. Like I know like I said, they genuinely rock with each other. So, it's a good song. Move your hips. The title. I mean, it's in the title. I mean, it's gonna get you to. It's gonna get you to
move. Did you move your hips?
I was seated, but
okay, that's cool.
A slight little.
You did a slight little nudge.
slight little razzle dazzle.
The Baby's dropping his deluxe version of "Blame It on Baby." Best believe y'all ain't getting that review from us. If you listen to the previous episode, y'all already knew what we felt.
It's a no for me.
Yeah, I'm not a
but
fan
he
of the
did drop a single called "No Dribble" featuring Stunner for Vegas, which I really did like. So check that one out. Juicy J's dropping the album in October. I don't remember the name of it, but he did drop the track list for it. But the first single for it is "Goddamn High," featuring Wiz Khalifa. I really like that song. I love the beat switch, even though Wiz Khalifa didn't really do anything on it. But I love that beat switch. So it's a dope song. And the video is great. Y'all should really check out that video. It's a great video.
All right, I'm gonna take a look at that.
Narrow High, NLE Chopper, and Little Baby. NLE Chopper's debut album comes out next week. I'm not a big NLE Chopper fan, but I did like the song. So I'll most likely check out the album. Always and Forever, Mariah the Scientist. That's a singer out of Atlanta. I'm not aware of her. Are you?
Yeah, Mariah the Scientist. She's a pretty good singer. I've heard a few of her other songs. She had a song called, I believe, Beetlejuice last year, and it's like you could really hear the talent from her. She's a really nice up and comer.
Okay. Yeah, so there you go. Mariah the artist. She dropped a song called Always and Forever. Check it out. Mulatto featuring Gucci Mane. She dropped a song called Moo-Wop, which is a cover of Freaky Girl. And that song is actually really dope. I really like that song. So that's another one. Devil Just Trying to Be Seen, 2 Chainz and Schoolie. I'm a huge 2 Chainz fan. Listen to it. Cafeteria, Chase B and Don Toliver featuring Gunna. I really like that song. I like that it seemed like they centered that song around Don Toliver more. I don't know. I really like this song.
I think that was smart to center around Don Toliver. I think he's got a lot of star potential. The song matched up with the upbeat vibe. It's something you want to add to your playlist immediately. They did the Nobu video for the cover art and for the actual video, and it plays well into it, man. It's got a nice vibe. It's a pretty good song.
Yeah, I really like that song. That was a good one. Oh, and that song's called Cafeteria. My bad. So that's Cafeteria, Chase B and Don Toliver featuring Gunna. They got a project coming out together?
I would hope so. I would listen to a full length album.
Chase B, he produces for Cactus Jack, right? Mm-hmm. That's Travis Scott.
Yeah, it's listed under Cactus Jack label, so I'm assuming it's an in-house production.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. All right, so there you go. There's all your singles. If you need to listen to that again, go ahead and just hit that rewind button. All right. Ellen DeGeneres. You remember that Little B song? Ellen DeGeneres.
I decided to delete the song off of my playlist. All right. So, Ellen, there's been a lot of discussion and speculation from a lot of her former and current employees about harassment, racism, so on and so forth that has gone on behind the scenes of the Ellen show and other Ellen involved things. So she has talked about in recent news wanting to end her show amidst these allegations, and it goes to show you that nothing is what it seems. You know, people, like, if you watch her show, it's very much from the decorations, everything is very lighting and vibrant, and everything is about, you know, she brings her friends on the show and she says all these nice things. She's all about, you know, these positive messages about how to treat people. And, you know, it's people, sometimes people, you got to be careful with trying to lead a life on the outside if you're not leading it when no one's watching.
Yeah.
And I think this is what happens when what comes in the dark eventually, you know, is in the light.
Yeah. You can't turn your back to things, especially nowadays. Everything gets exposed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and just like the Amazon thing, this is a situation where she has noted that, and people have alleged that she's also a culprit, but she is more or less taking a stance that, hey, I appointed people to these positions and I was not aware that this stuff was going on. Basically just shifting the blame and passing the buck.
Yeah.
It's under your name, it's under your brand. You hire these people and with certain confidence that they will not only do the job you require them to do, but also uphold certain standards and behaviors of just general work practice amongst employees, so on and so forth. So that's under your name. You write their checks. You got to be held responsible for that as well.
Yeah, what's crazy is, I mean, I ain't gonna lie though. If there was one show I would not expect this from, it's definitely hers. I wouldn't have even thought that she was like that.
Because she's so outwardly liberal and nice,
Exactly.
and she projects from the LGBT community. So it's like a person that was oppressed. You wouldn't expect her to be having a situation where other people are being oppressed actively on something she's running. But, you know, you can't always assume, and this is just showing us that.
Well, and what I got from this is just a microcosm of social media by and large. You get to pretend to be something on a platform.
Right.
Instead of just being a good person, people pretend to be a good person. It's like when you are against certain things, that's not really, you know, being against bullying, being against racism, being, all right, that's all. Everyone, I assume everyone is against that.
Mm-hmm.
But when these exact same things that you claim to be against are going on in-house, whether you are directly involved or not, and you don't do anything about it. So to me, looking the other way is just like you did it, because you're ignoring it.
Yeah.
So I think people think because they wasn't the active participant, they get to wipe their hand and say, yo, it wasn't me that did that. And even in her statement, she even says that there's no really accountability on her part. Mm-hmm. It's just that, yo, I hired people. I didn't know they was going to do this. They did it. I'll try to, you know, shut everything down, but it's still an absence of responsibility.
If you want to be the person in charge, you have to be in charge in good times and bad. That's why they say the quarterback wins and loses games. That's why the record matters for both. There was a situation a few years back where Google, whereas they went back and retroactively started paying their employees fairly. So I think they were getting women and minorities that weren't being paid equally. So they started retroactively noticing people's work that they've done before and leveling out the playing field. This way, with this amount of experience, you're getting a fair pay. And that's what you have to do when you're at the top. You have to look and, you know, if there's something wrong, you have to take accountability and fix it. Ellen didn't do that. She's trying to skate by and say she didn't actively participate, but it's her house, so she has to take the blame for it.
Agreed. And like I said, to me, it's just I think sometimes we get too. And I guess I think just in America, sometimes we look at what people say they are for and they are against, and we read what they say, and like we look at like what they tweet online or what they post as like a reflection of who they are as people, and a lot of times that couldn't be further from the truth.
It's what they curate. It's what they want you to see.
Exactly.
People post their best pictures on Instagram. That's not who they are 24/7.
Social media is a highlight reel.
Yeah, it's a highlight reel.
It's a highlight reel.
You can't judge, a person based on what they choose to post of themselves. You need to get a better, more full picture. And Ellen is guilty of that, like everyone else. But she needs to be accountable for this.
When there aren't cameras around and when there's not a platform to post on, that's to me is when you are your truest self.
Yeah,
it's how you treat people. When there's not a pat on the back coming with it.
Right. You're not attention seeking or something.
And now it's like people get gold stars for just common decency. I hold open the door. Young man holds open the door for a woman.
Is the bar that low?
This is how far we've fallen. Yeah. And it's like, it's just basic respect. Mm-hmm. And I think certain things that it goes beyond people, whatever you identify with politically, whatever you identify with in your personal life, regardless of relationship wise, your own identity, there's just certain core principles and core values that just they should be across the board for just how you treat people. Yeah. So if you're in a workplace, in a work environment, you hire people to do a job, you put them in the best position to perform that job, and mistreatment of them will directly impact that. And not even just that, but just from a basic person. Before anything else, I'm a man, I'm a woman. Mm-hmm. You speak to me a certain way. You're not finna I don't care what your title is, you're not finna talk to me a certain way.
That's true.
And a lot of times that's what happens in these situations. These executive producers and these people who are in power, regardless of whatever group they identify with, it's the same shit. So it's like when you've been fighting for, or quote unquote claiming to fight for equality or fair treatment or stuff like that, is it really that, or do you just want to trade places with those in power?
Does she want to be the one that's at the top of the mountain instead of making sure it's a level plane?
Exactly.
Because sometimes it can be the latter instead of the former, where you don't really want equality, you just don't want to be at the short end of the stick, and it seems like that's what she was at with it. Mm-hmm. Because there's a history of that. If you look back towards those early women's suffrage movements, they were, hey, we want the vote, we don't want they were outwardly racist. So they were for women's rights, but for civil rights and rights of minorities, they weren't for it. So, they weren't for equality, they were for themselves. They had a personal interest. And so this is a reflection of that in sorts, where it's like, you don't really want equality. You just want to make sure that yourself is elevated in your own personal standing.
So is she Terry Crews?
Not Terry Crews. Terry Crews is condemning himself. She's looking out for herself and other LGBTs, but she's not, necessarily doing the same on racial lines and minority lines.
Yeah. And just bottom line, she preaches one thing on her show. Mm-hmm. And apparently, behind closed doors, she practices another. And I don't care whoever executive she want to try to say it was, you hired him. That's your person. Yeah. So you are responsible for that. Right. You got to own it. So the first step of anything is if your name is on it, you got to eat it. And what I see, and again, I'm just going off what she said, it's a lot of passing the buck. Mm-hmm. A leader does not do that.
You got to go down ship, take the credit.
A leader takes accountability.
Cause I feel like she could have easily been like, "Yo, I fucked up."
You just
I'm gonna do what I can.
Yeah, you tell me about how you are gonna make things right and what you're gonna do to help restore a confidence amongst the people that work for you, that you are upholding certain levels of integrity in the workplace.
Yeah,
not they did it.
Hey, I wasn't actively involved. There were some there were some people that I entrusted to do these things, and apparently, as if unbeknownst to you, you fucking knew. Like don't say, "Oh, I didn't know," because you knew.
That makes you look way worse on top of that.
Like, let's reference back what we said earlier about those big four in tech. With Jeff Bezos, for instance, they were saying that he was a part of his company stealing data. And he said, well, no, I can't say that we did this or did that. He took some blame and said there may have been a few times where we did it. But he didn't just say, hey, it was those guys over there in that department. He took the blame for it, whether it's flattering or disflattering. You have to take accountability.
Exactly.
And that's something that Ellen's failing to do here.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like this isn't a really good look. Especially because I think the biggest thing is just the surprise factor behind it.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that look up to her.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people who have been more comfortable with who they are because of her. So she represents something powerful to a lot of people.
Right.
Which is what I'm saying. Like, you have that type of influence, and you have allegedly or have been one of the big symbols in championing certain things as far as certain equalities that weren't granted to you because of your sexual orientation, but your sexual preference. So on and so forth. Just certain types of things that you've been trying to fight against in your own personal life. And I feel like now that things have worked out for Ellen, are you actually going back and pulling people up with you?
Right.
Yeah.
Or is it just like, oh, and not my problem?
Yeah. She's comfortable.
Hey, I made it. I got me a show.
Right.
Pull yourself up by the boots. No, I'm just kidding. But
Which is the biggest fucking lie in the world.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, man. I'm just trying to. What I'm pulling from this more so than anything is just that, as by and large, you just have to be careful with, people have to still be held accountable, regardless of whatever they pretend to be or whatever they claim to be. And she may have, again, and this doesn't invalidate anything that she's gone through, but to me, it just means that, hey, since you understand what it's like, to be mistreated and disrespected, and so on and so forth. So you should be the last person that should be allowing that to happen under your watch.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it just illustrates a certain level of, like I said, at the very worst, ignorance. But I find it hard to believe that she did not know what was going on.
There's no way she didn't.
So,
I don't know.
But it seems like we all are kind of on the same page with that. So
it's one of those situations that I feel like we won't know until, if there's already allegations, but I don't think we'll know how it's going to affect anything until it comes time to actually like film the show or, stuff like that. I think that's when everything's going to come to a head. But
yeah, but like I said, I'm, and I'll say this and then we can move past it, because we kind of already pretty much hit on it. But just on a broader scope, the people that I think just have discernment, the people that we admire and look up to, and no one is above scrutiny. And I think when you do become or establish some level of power, that can be dangerous, because it's all in how you wield it. It's all in how you utilize it. Even if you're a representative of a group of people that have been mistreated and disrespected or whatever have you, in the community. And I think sometimes people may use that as a cloak and a mask. Like, oh, there was no way that she would be involved in something like that. She's an advocate of, the LGBTQ community and so on and so forth. And
yeah, so
it's just labels are labels and identity, but your character is, always needs to be intact regardless. So that's all I have for that.
Well, stay tuned, people, because this one's not over.
Not over at all.
On to the next. So you told us earlier that you started watching Dark after I recommended it for like 21 episodes.
There's been a few people, but yeah, you were one of them. We finally did begin to watch Dark, and we're like halfway through the first season, I think, or 6 or 7 episodes, I want to say, without giving up too much of the sauce. It's very good, man. It's, we were doing our little family diagram, or I shouldn't say me, I didn't do shit, but Sharon, she was doing the family diagram and putting people together and connecting dots and shit.
Yeah.
And
what's funny? I actually don't think it's possible to watch that show without doing that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's possible,
because I'm sitting here asking her. I'm like, okay, so this is the dude that, and that's. She's like, yes. She pulls out her notepad and her, because she's like,
it's a crazy show.
Yeah, so like she's broken it down. It's funny. She was on a call at her job, and they was getting ready to talk about it like before a meeting, and she was like, yo, we should start watching it. Like, chill. So yeah, everyone. Like, I've heard people discussing it, and like I said, it's a really dope show, man. Like I'm like I said, I'm in, man. So, it's like I said, I don't want to give away too much of it, but I'm hoping to try to finish the first season at least maybe the next couple weeks, depending on my schedule. But the the voiceover thing didn't really bother me. I know it's a German show.
Yeah, most shows tend to have a problem with that, but I feel like that show kind of works.
There's been a couple shows where I've been able to get by with that. There was the show called 3%. It was a Brazilian show that we watched, and they had the English voiceover, and it was pretty good. And I think this is another show that was able to kind of get that off, and it was still, still enjoyable.
Well,
Was it a better voiceover than Money Heist?
I started Money Heist. I really didn't get into it that deep. But I know it's another show that had that. So I can't honestly say.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I think most shows have a problem with that dubbing over, but Dark, I think they did a good job.
It's kind of like anime, like sometimes like the English stuff, it's either make or break, man. Sometimes it could be grossly horrible, or it could be like it's like Dark is good. Like I can get with it. Like it's still easy to follow along. It's not like it's not like annoying, or it's like, oh my god, it's not like a pain to listen to. I
think a big part of that is because the way that they read the lines, like they show emotions during the right stuff, and they don't OD the emotions. Like it's almost like the emotional lines go with the flow of what you're seeing on screen.
Well, you know what honestly, to me, what drives the tension in the show is like the little background sound.
Oh,
where like those things, like those little instances, like the background, so that really like it drives the tension of the scene.
The audio to that show is great.
Exactly.
Like the music, the way they cue the music, and then the way it's like they have a beat drop, and then on like the fifth beat drop, they'll switch the scene.
Exactly.
Like it's so much little stuff they did with the music that really drives that show.
That's like that's a standout thing for me, because like the audio really that sets up the scene. It kind of it builds that tension as you're watching it, and you're just like, oh shit, something's finna go down. Like,
and it's crazy because I normally don't pay attention to that. That's the first. I think this is like one of the first few shows where I was like, the music actually.
Yeah, those are the things that at least that drew me in. I'm not gonna say I listen to those. I'm not gonna say I listen to stuff like that for every show, but that's one of the things that did stand out. And I would even tell Sharon, I was like, oh, they got that. They let you know something finna pop off. So, but yeah, definitely. I will definitely be continuing to watch for sure.
Random thing. I wanted to say this earlier, but I kind of forgot. Did y'all hear that? They found out sperm doesn't wiggle. It rotates in 360.
Come on, man.
You saying the sperm got moves?
Yeah. Like, so, for real, this is like a big thing. So,
it's groundbreaking.
It's groundbreaking. It just reversed like 370 years of scientific knowledge. They were like, because like when people make fun of sperm, you always see them wiggling. Mm-hmm. And then I guess a report came out on Friday that sperm doesn't wiggle. It actually rotates in 360 degrees. And, like, it blew away the science community.
Blew away. What?
They said them swimmers, dog.
It was something I just read about the other day.
Why is science blown away by that? Why
so they had to hold it up to a microscope like, yo, look. Yeah, they're not wiggling. They're swimming.
A nigga was leaving the lab, and he had a U-turn like, there's no way.
I got the text.
There's no fucking way.
He said, yo, look at that. I got to show you something.
I'll be back in 10 minutes. Nigga, you turn back to the lab. I gotta see this shit.
You know that group text was probably crazy. They're probably like, "Yo, did you hear?
No more wiggles. We was no more crazy."
There's like a whole like scientist like Reddit page, and this.
They were like, "Yo, who would have thought? Not me.
It's one of the niggas like, I told you, niggas."
Yo,
he was off. He probably like off in the corner. Like
he probably said that shit like 20 years ago, and it was like, "Nigga, get out of here."
They swim. They don't wiggle. Like, nah, I can't fuck out. We know.
Probably took away a scholarship and shit.
This motherfucker thought they swim.
Get lost.
So yeah, there y'all go. There's y'all little fact for the day. Sperm doesn't wiggle. It rotates.
Do what you will with that information.
On to the sports.
All right. So NBA season has resumed. Hallelujah.
Thank God.
It's beautiful, man. I've been waiting. I've been motherfucking waiting.
Man.
So I've seen a couple games. I saw the Clippers and some of the Clippers and Lakers game. I saw some of the Jazz and the Pelicans. I I saw some of the Rockets and the Mavs, and James Harden was cooking. That nigga was balling, man. Like he ain't took a break.
He came out there hooping. I think he dropped 58 points.
He had 49, and he shot 14 to 20.
I don't know if y'all do FanDuel or not, but my man was killing.
That boy came back from the break hooping.
Yes.
I'm just happy that there's basketball back on. Nothing really to take away. Just happy.
NBA's looking like the smartest people in the room. They got the bubble.
Oh, yeah.
They've done COVID test after COVID test, zero.
They are killing it right now.
You compare that with like baseball where they got teams, testing 15, 20 people deep with COVID.
Literally the day before the game.
Yeah, and canceling games left and right. MLB and NFL are looking stupid for trying to travel through this virus.
The NFL, they're gonna have to figure something out.
They got it. Bubble's the only way to do it, and I think the NBA will be able to complete their season because they're being smart about it.
I think I don't know. Are y'all watching the Red Sox or Yankees game?
I mean, I like the Yankees, but I ain't getting to baseball.
No,
I like that rivalry though. I watch. I'm
a Yankees fan. I just didn't.
The only thing I saw was whoever played the Astros. That pitcher was beaming the shit out of the motherfuckers.
I saw that.
Also, I don't think
just by every pitcher.
Every team they played.
He got an 8-game suspension for that, but none of the players on the Astros who did the cheating.
That's what they said.
That's the problem.
Somebody brought that up. They was like, you suspend a guy for beaming him, but I will say this, man. As much as it is hypocrisy, the dude was headhunting. Like he could have like for real like killed one of them,
but he did.
I mean they ducked, but I'm saying it wasn't like a shot, it wasn't like a throw to the body.
No,
every throw he was throwing was neck up.
Yeah, he's trying to take his jaw. But I mean, you actually cheated, got proven cheating, and stole a World Series.
No, I get it. No,
and then slap on the wrist punishment.
Listen, I'm all for. Listen,
yeah.
I get that they're gonna probably be expecting this for a while. So like I said, I don't knock him for. I don't knock them for. I'm not gonna say I feel sorry for them, but like I said, my only understanding, the way that I do understand it, the suspension is that I think if he had just went for the body, probably wouldn't have, maybe just slapped him on the wrist, probably wouldn't have done nothing to him. But he was headhunting, man. And there is, like I said, even with them helmets on, you could hurt. You could kill somebody from that.
You could kill someone.
So I think that's probably maybe the only reason is that, yo, bro, just below the shoulders, bro.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get him, just get him below the shoulders.
Yeah, hit him in the arm.
Because it's one of those things where you have to balance the integrity of the game, which is something that they say is sacred in baseball, the record book. That's why they're so down looking on the steroid era and people cheating in the past. And it's like this cheating got a slap on the wrist, like whatever.
Well, to me, then you gotta take that to the commissioner.
That should go to the commissioner.
You gotta take that.
But the players also. It's something that it's a player's thing too.
I understand. Like I said, I understand, which is why I said I understand it, and like I said, I understand going for the body. I understand going for the body.
You should tear them shoulders up.
Yeah, tear that arm up, tear that wrist up.
But don't kill him, man. Don't kill him,
but
man. Yeah.
Because if something happens, God forbid, something happens, and that happens, it's like, okay, well, did the punishment equal the crime?
No.
Yeah, they stole, but now it's a man on the ground somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't. They have to deter that part of it.
Yeah,
you can't.
I agree with you there. You can't potentially cause brain damage to people.
So you can't have that. So that's why I kind of do understand the 8 games for old boy, but yeah, man. But going back to the COVID thing, man. Like I said, baseball and the NFL, they kind of hustling back. Especially the NFL, they've kind of been at an advantage where they've been able to kind of sit and
watch,
figure out, just figure out how to.
They can watch everybody else fail. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm saying like they saw the NBA like do the whole bubble thing, and they could have been like, "Yo, we can get out." I mean, you think the NFL can't do that? They can have a stadium.
I don't know, can they?
There's so many more people with the NFL. Like there's 15 people on the NBA roster.
Get a bigger bubble.
Yeah. I mean, they would have to have several bubbles, but it's possible.
All the players.
If you put them in Orlando or Tampa and Miami, and they two cities. That's a bus ride.
Right.
Back and forth to the city. So at least it's contained to some extent.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You get a group of them. Again, I don't know how they were sorted out because, to be honest, again, we are in unprecedented times.
Right.
But I think that is something that's a lot better than them. What's the alternative? They're gonna be flying around.
They're probably going to cancel the season. I don't see the NFL season happening as
that's what I'm saying. So to me,
that's what I think it's leaning towards.
And then you got, and on top of that, you already got players who are opting out. You already got players who, you know what I'm saying?
Half the Patriots defense already opted out.
You feel what I'm saying? I saw the Marquise Goodwin one. That's actually really sad story. Marquise Goodwin for the Eagles, he opted out. He just had his daughter. His wife they've been having to have a baby for.
This thing's 4 years. They've had
4 years. I think the first time she was in the hospital and he actually went to play football, she had a miscarriage at the hospital.
Oh damn!
And he was like I chose football first once. He said I can't do that again.
And then he lost another child in between.
She's had like 3 miscarriages.
Yeah.
So then now they finally have a child. He's like, yo, I can't. No. I chose football first once. I can't do that again.
Yeah.
So he said, it was on first date. Even like Molly started crying. I don't want to. This isn't confirmed, but I think that she's also been trying to have a child with Jalen.
Yeah, I've listened to the Jalen's podcast, and he's mentioned before. He's a jovial person now. He's trying to have a baby, but he's been mentioning that for years. So there may be some complications because of his age or her or something. But you can tell they're trying, and for them not to be here, they've had their own personal struggle.
Yeah. So she said, So at the end of that episode, like she kind of broke down. It was. But like I said, but ultimately, you got guys who. I think people are undermining the fact that they make a lot of money, but these dudes have families, and this is something that is serious. And these guys, you can't knock guys for taking it serious. You can't say, oh, if y'all don't want to play, then just give away your money. Like they're making a decision that is responsible, and because the NFL has not put together anything in there to give them any type of even if it's something where it's like, this is the bubble. You can't go home for like, what's the NFL season like? 2 months, 3 months?
I don't know. I just know it's 16 games.
So like 3 months, or they can have something where it's like,
yes, last week of December.
Or if you have like immediate family, these are the people who are allowed in the bubble. However they can sort that out. NFL got the means to sort that out. To me, and that's why I like with the NBA, on a shorter time period. Yes, they have less staff and a smaller roster, but the NFL has had the time since it's happened to develop something. All this happened in March.
Have you had the biggest head start of any of the
That's
leagues?
what I'm saying.
Everybody else was in the middle of their season. The NFL had just finished the season. They literally had 6 months to prepare.
That's what I'm saying.
It seems like they've done the least out of any of the major sports.
So the only bail I can even shoot them is how the government's handle it.
Yeah,
because I think the NFL probably assumed that by July, this will probably be over. So maybe we don't need to have something in place. So that's the only bail I could probably shoot them for that. Because the government has been...
They've been figuring it out like us.
Exactly. On the fly.
Yeah.
Between states, different governors have different ideas. Hell, different... Within Georgia, governor got an idea. Atlanta mayor got another idea.
Right.
They button heads. So it's like... I think that's part of it. But still, even... with that, I think it would have been at least smart to say, what happens if we get to the September and the situation hasn't changed? We need to have a plan. So I think that's where the NFL definitely dropped the ball. But like you said, because now we're looking at a canceled season.
Yeah, it's August already. Their season starts in about a week. They just started training.
Training camp just started, yep.
So it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to try to feasibly... You've got 90 people on the roster now as far as training camp rosters. That'll be pared down to about 55. So now you've got 55 people going back and forth to their families and practice every day. The risk of COVID between, you just do the math on it. The odds are going to be up so quick within that. It's like, what do you do to keep the players safe? Is there a way to do it? I'd like to have an NFL season, but it seems like they weren't prepared to make it happen.
Right. Yeah, so...
It ain't happening.
Yeah, that's
just dead.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Y'all want to cover Patrick Mahomes buying part of KC? We ain't got no deep dive on
I'm just gonna congratulate him.
Yeah, shout out to him.
It's money moves, man.
Patrick Mahomes, part owner of the Kansas City Royals, took that big bag and decided he was gonna get a bigger bag. So
wise man.
Hey, and definitely a big deal.
Yeah,
definitely a big deal.
That's huge.
So
shout out to him.
Absolutely. So congratulations to Pat Mahomes. Again.
Yeah.
Again.
Back to back week. He's
Back to
showing you how
back
to do it.
W's.
How you have an MVP season in the off season?
Oh, you just said you want to see how to ball. This is what you're supposed to do, man.
I'm the best all around
Get half
player.
a bill and then I'm gonna go own the other team across the street.
Man.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Oh, so Lou will. Yeah. So
That's the greatest nickname of all time.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
What? It's just because of the situation. It's so perfect.
Well, I guess
It's so perfect, man.
I guess it's apropos. So yeah, Lou Williams of the Los Angeles Clippers recently came home to Atlanta, his hometown, and I believe he was here for a funeral. A family member had passed, I believe. During his stay, he went to Magic City. It was described as what was it?
I wanted food.
No, hold on.
Oh.
God, dog. It's damn, it's gonna bother me because somebody described it perfectly in a very illustrious way what Magic City was. But anyway, so yeah, he went and got some food, and because an associate of his couldn't keep their phone down, they
Jack Harlow
photographed him at the
just
establishment, and rubbed some people the wrong way.
Do Jack Harlow owe Lou a fade now?
For what?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit. He don't owe him a fade.
Yeah,
That would be the most one-sided fade in history.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to make of that, man. I know people are.
It's a funny situation.
It is, it is, but
It's not funny for the game though, because I ain't gonna lie. When they were playing the Lake, I think that game would have went really different if Lou Williams was playing.
yeah, they probably would have won.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
and we kind of missed out on. I know they already have Montrezl Harrell who's out.
Where is Montrez?
He's out of the bubble.
Did y'all see the update on her?
Yeah.
So while he was at Magic City, one of the dancers there actually went live today and said, "Hey, he didn't come here for just the wings."
That's lame as fuck.
It's corny as hell.
That's so corny.
So she was like, "He tipped me well," and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, yo, got to be some discretion in the strip club. Like that's corny as fuck.
That's corny.
She trying to get her 15 minutes of fame.
She should get fired. They should
Yeah,
fire her
like,
ass
yo.
over that shit.
No, I said no.
They should fire her. That's lame as hell. That man already can't play. Then you gonna come out 5 years later say, "Yo, he tipped me." Come on, man.
Yeah.
What am I even thinking about you?
All around. I mean, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, he's back in Orlando now, back in the bubble, and 10-day quarantine automatic. So, that's what he called it. He called Magic. This is Bakari Sellers on Twitter. Somebody asked some guy, said, "Okay, I'll bite. What's Magic City?" And he said, "An African American performing arts center."
You know what?
Which is correct.
He didn't lie.
Which is technically correct. So Lou Will is back. He's back in Orlando. Hopefully everything is good. I'm sure everything is good, and he will be available come playoff time. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for, because these games are like 2 weeks, and then they'll have their seeding games, and then playoffs will start. So that's really what I'm waiting for, is the playoffs. So,
Whoo!
yeah, me too. 2 hours later, still no wings, huh?
Yo, I've been sitting over here googling wings
I know.
for like 30 minutes.
I know it. I know it, brother. But we gonna go ahead and
Hey man,
Call it a day.
yeah, we gonna wrap it up.
we gave him a long one today.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to wrap it up. So that's going to be it for today's episode. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in and listening with us. If you are on Instagram, we are on Instagram as well at the Pencil Pushers Project. If you go to our bio link, you can find us on all DSPs and all other platforms. We have heard your shouts and cries and yells and so on and so forth.
Yeah, we've been getting the complaints.
We do have video coming soon, so we will be providing the visual to match with the audio coming soon. But in the meantime, just continue to be patient with us as we continue to deliver the audio. Thank you again for your support. We have heard you, we listening, and we are looking to upgrade and improve on a week in and week out basis. So that's all I got. Anything you guys got left before we wrap up?
Don't slide into our DMs and not listen to the podcast.
Tell it out, yo.
Yes.
Be a fan too.
Yes, listen.
Yeah, please. We ain't with the sliding into DMs and not listening to the podcast.
Yes, please support support black businesses. And
this nigga pulled to support black businesses.
I will find a way.
Get your girl a tail fit.
I will find a way. All right, that's all for this week, and you guys have a great week. Be safe, be smart, and we are out of here. Peace.
Yep.